الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى.
الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولا تقولوا لمن يقتل في سبيل الله أموات بل أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون. عن ابن أبي نعم عن أبي سعيد رضي الله تعالى عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: الحسن والحسين سيدا شباب أهل الجنة. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني عملا رب زدني عملا رب زدني عملا. My dear respected elders, brothers and sisters who have listened to my speech, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This month is known as Muharram, and Muharram has a lot of virtues to it, and the Islamic year starts from Muharram. So this is the first month of the Islamic year. So it's 1446 now. And also, before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was given Nabuwat, and before the fast of Ramadan al-Mubarak was farz, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on us, the Ashura 10th of Muharram fasting was farz. I will explain some of the virtues of Muharram later on. But in this month, there has been great Sahabas who have been martyred in this month, Shaheed. Like on the 1st of Muharram, Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala got martyred. He got Shaheed. 10th of Muharram, Husayn radiallahu ta'ala, who is the grandson of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, son of Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Fatima Zahra radiallahu ta'ala's son. So as an introduction, I just want to say that this month Muharram was already Muharram and Mu'azzam. Means Mukarram, it had respect and it's got ta'zeem and izzat already. And it's got virtues already. So the virtues of this month is not related to Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhu or Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. You can say that because they got shaheed in this month, their virtues go higher, but it's not the month is not muhtaram and mu'azzam and mukarram because of those two sahabas or any other sahabas or anyone who got shaheed or anyone who got shaheed in Karbala. Anyway, today I like to touch a bit on the biography on Hasan and Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhu. These two Sahabis, who are the grandsons of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and basically we call them Nawasa. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam is their nan. When was Hasan radiallahu ta'ala anhu born? And when was Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhu born? So in the 3rd Hijri, Hazrat Hasan radiallahu ta'ala anhu was born. And in the 50 Hijri, Hazrat Hasan radiallahu ta'ala got shaheed. They say one of his wife poisoned him. So he was poisoned, Hasan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and in the 50 Hijri, he got shaheed. And Husayn radiallahu ta'ala was born 4th Hijri, so 1 year gap. And he got shaheed and martyr 61 Hijri in Karbala. So is a long story about Husayn, but I'll try to cover up whatever I can cover today, inshallah ta'ala. When Hasan Husayn radiallahu ta'ala was born, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam himself done akika for them, 2 goats. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam shaved their hair. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam done the tahniq. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam is the one that named them Hasan Husayn radiallahu ta'ala. So all this akika, tahniq, naming, what we do when the child is born is from the amal of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That's why we do it. So akika and everything, this was used to be done in the time of before Islam too, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made it sunnah. So that is some a bit of and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam carried these kids around. Our son says some hadiths. When I read the hadith, it'll be better. Abu Sa'id radiyallahu ta'ala says, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الحسن والحسين سيدا شباب أهل الجنة. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said Hasan and Husayn, both of them are the Sayyid and the chief of those youth who reach to Jannat. Meaning, those people who die in the youth, in the worldly life, their chief and Sayyid in Jannat will be who? Hasan and Husayn radiallahu ta'ala. This is one virtue Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Osama bin Zayd radiallahu ta'ala was very close to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his father was like adopted son to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Osama was very close to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Taraktu an-Nabiy sallallahu alaihi wasallam ذات ليلة في بعض الحاجة. Tariq yatruku Tariq. Tariq means at night coming and knocking someone's door. So this is what Osama said, I came, radiyallahu ta'ala, I came and knocked the door at night of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I needed to discuss something, or I needed something from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فخرج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو مشتمل على شيء لا أدري ما هو. The Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out and he was wearing a shawl and he's covering something. So something by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and a shawl was covering Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Osama said, I did not know at that time what was Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam covering. فَلَمَّا فَرَغْتُ مِنْ حَاجَتِي. The one I fulfilled my need, whatever I had to discuss or whatever I needed from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I said to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, مَا هَذَا الَّذِي أَنْتَ مُشْتَمِلٌ عَلَيْهِ. Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, why are you covering? You have wrapped your shawl on something. Why are you covering? فَكَشَفَهُ فَإِذَا حَسَنٌ وَحُسَيْنٌ عَلَى وَرِكَيْهِ. Rasulullah says, open his shawl, and I see that in his lap, Hasan Husayn, Hasan on one side, Husayn on one side. You know, out of love, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had them in his lap. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, هَذَانِ إِبْنَايَ وَإِبْنَا إِبْنَتِي. اللهم إني أحبهما فأحبهما وأحب من يحبهما. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, these are my sons, and they the son of my daughter, my grandchildren. And then he made a dua, Allah, I love them. May you love them too. Now Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam makes a dua, Inni uhibbuhuma fa ahibbuhuma. Ya Allah, I love them, you love them too. Wa ahibba man yuhibbuhuma. And whoever loves them, you love them too. So, the conclusion of the hadith is, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I love them, you love them, Allah. And asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whoever has love for Hasan Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhu, you love them too. So it's a part of our iman to have love for all the Sahabas and also Hasan Husayn radiallahu all the Sahabas. But this is special dua for Hasan Husayn radiallahu ta'ala by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anas ibn Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu says that سئل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أي أهل بيتك أحب إليك. From your family members, who do you love most? From your family members, who do you love most? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, Al Hasan wal Husayn. I love Hasan Hussein more. Grandchildren. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say to Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha, they call my boys. Call my boys. I want them to come by me. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to grab them and smell them. Like you smell a flower, take a fragrance of it like that. وَيَضُمُّهُمَا إِلَيْهِ, and then grab them and hug them. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to show that much love to Hasan Hussein radiallahu ta'ala, especially when they were young. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about Hasan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, إِنَّ إِبْنِي هَذَا سَيِّدٌ يُسْلِحُ اللَّهُ وَلَا يَدَيْهِ بَيْنَ فِئَتَيْنِ. So this my son Hasan, because of him, in between the two Juma'at, two groups of Muslims, they will gather together. You know, when Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala got shaheed, he got martyred, alright? So the first Khalifa is Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, then Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, then Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, then Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. All of them had different times. Like Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu was Khalifa for about 2.5 years. Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu was Khalifa for about 10 years. Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala was Khalifa for about 12 years. Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala was Khalifa for about 4 years. Then Hasan radiallahu ta'ala became Khalifa for about 6 months. Because there was a dispute between, at that time in leadership, between Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala and Hasan radiallahu ta'ala. Hasan radiallahu ta'ala done a sunnah and treaty with Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala and give up his position and give it to Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala. Yeah, so Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam already indicated to this too. And this is what Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Sayyidun yuslihullahu ala yadayhi. This indicates, alright, that giving your rights away, even though it's your right, this is a big mujahada. And it needs a lot of sabr and patience, tahammul. And because he was the grandson of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had that patience. He had that qurbani in him. He had that sacrifice in him, and he sacrificed his position and gave the position to Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu was Khalifa and ruler for at least about 19 to 20 years. 19 to 20 years. Anyway, Kana Rasulullah Abu Buraidah radiallahu ta'ala says that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was given khutbah. Hasan Hussein came. Alayhima qamisani ahmarani yamshiyani. They were wearing both of them were wearing red qamis, shirts. They were walking waba'sarani. You know when young age kids walk and they keep on falling. So ba'sarani means they were both walking and they're falling because they couldn't walk. They were very young. They couldn't walk that much. فنزل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من المنبر. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came off his minbar. فحملهما ووضعهما بين يديه. Came off his minbar, picked them both up, and sat them in front of him. Or sometimes they say he sat them on his lap. Sometimes they say on his side. So one here, one here. So imagine me doing that, or you call me kafir. Yeah? This is what Rasulullah said. Hasan Husayn one day or what they sat them there. Then he said, Sadaqallah, innama amwalukum wa uladukum fitna. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that your wealth and your children are a test for you. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that I seen these two kids coming, and these my grandson coming. But when I seen them, that they're walking and they're falling. فَلَمْ أَصْبِرْ حَتَّى قَطَعْتُ حَدِيثِي وَرَفَعْتُهُمَا. I couldn't control myself. I had to pause my speech and pick them up. So this is the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for Hasan Husayn. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says in another hadith, Ya Allah bin Murrah, قال Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Husayn minni wa ana min Husayn. The Husayn is from me and I'm from Husayn, meaning that Husayn radiallahu ta'ala has got nature like me. He's got sabr like me. He's got love like me. And meaning that respect Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhu. In another hadith, it says, alright, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was reading Salat, and one of these kids, Hasan or Husayn radiallahu ta'ala, came by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu lift them in the Salat and read Salat with them. So this is the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam for Husayn radiallahu ta'ala, Hasan radiallahu ta'ala. In another hadith, it says that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to make himself as a bus or car, and say, sit on me. And they used to be sitting on the back of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to go around with them. Alright? And keep the kids happy. In another hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was carrying Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhu and Hasan radiallahu ta'ala on his shoulder. So some Sahabi sees Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam carrying, said, Ni'mal Markab. He said, this Sawari, this mounting, whoever the Ni'mal Rakib, and the Rakib, the ones who are on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Hasan Husayn, they are great. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, because of them, I'm great too. So this is how much love Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam showed Hasan Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhum. He says in a hadith that Hasan radiallahu ta'ala anhu had similarity with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam from above, from half of his body from above. The top part of Hasan radiallahu ta'ala anhu was more like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he had more similarity in his looking with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Hasan radiallahu ta'ala. Yeah, from here. Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhu had more similarity from the bottom part, meaning that he was agile like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says that he can, from standing position, he can jump on a horse. That's how agile Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam couldn't ride a horse or ride without any saddle. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam could ride the horse without any saddle. Didn't need any saddle. That's how agile Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was. So Husayn radiallahu ta'ala had the agility like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, once Hasan radiallahu ta'ala was playing outside, and Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala was passing with Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala. Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala said to Ali that, you know, this son of yours, Hasan, he doesn't look like you, he looks like more like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His looking is more like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he was joking, and Ali radiallahu ta'ala says, Alhamdulillah, he looks more like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were same family. So he had Hasan radiallahu ta'ala face-wise, he had more similarity with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam than Husayn radiallahu ta'ala. And being agile, Husayn radiallahu ta'ala is more agile like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These two grandsons of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one of them, Hasan radiallahu ta'ala, who was martyred in the 50 Hijri, he was poisoned. Husayn radiallahu ta'ala got martyred in 61 Hijri in Muharram, 10th Muharram. What happened is, as I said early on, that first Khalifa is Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala, then Umar radiallahu ta'ala, then Uthman radiallahu ta'ala, then Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, then Hasan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, then Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when he got old, and he realized that it's time for me to go, his near people in Sham, in Damascus, they advised him that appoint your son as a crown prince. Appoint Wali Ahd, Yazid as a crown prince. And that was their advice. And because of their advice, Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala appointed him as a crown prince and after me. So there's no dispute, because in the time of the dispute started from Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu. They wanted Usman radiallahu ta'ala to give up Khilafat. And there was disputes in the time of Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And Hasan radiallahu ta'ala anhu gave up his Khilafat to finish this dispute. And Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu managed to control everything and finish all this dispute up. So because of that, Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu wanted to stop all the dispute. So he appointed his son as a crown prince after him, Wali al-Ahd after him. But some of the Sahabas like Husayn radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Abdullah ibn Zubayr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, even Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Abdullah ibn Jafar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, some of the Sahabas did not agree with this. And because they did not agree with it, this is his ihtiyar, their ihtiyar. So we're not going to say anything bad of any Sahabas. We have to respect every Sahabas. They have different opinions. Remember the mushajarat Sahaba, the dispute and the differences the Sahabas have, alright? We do not go in the details of that because there's khatara that we can lose our iman. So we have to be kaful lisan, be quiet is the best thing. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about Sahaba radiyallahu anhum wa radu anhu. And our aqidah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew everything, so He's the one that gives the certificates to the Sahabas. Who are we? As-sahabatu kulluhum adulun. The aqidah is, alright, that we believe that every Sahabi was just. Anyway, because of Husayn radiallahu ta'ala was against this too, he was called by Kufiyin, the people of Iraq, Husayn radiallahu ta'ala, that come to Kufa, come to Iraq, and we will do allegiance on your hands, bay'at on your hands, and we will appoint you as a Khalifa, and we'll start from Iraq. Husayn radiallahu ta'ala was not ready for this, but because the people who promised Husayn radiallahu ta'ala that come to Kufa, Iraq, and we will do allegiance on your hands, Hazrat Husayn radiallahu ta'ala knew them personally. So because of that, and also before he migrated, left Makkatul Mukarramah, he sent his cousin too, Muslim bin Aqil radiallahu ta'ala to find out what's going on. Anyway, when Hazrat Husayn, when Husayn radiallahu ta'ala left Makkatul Mukarramah, before he reached to Kufa, the Kufiyin broke their promise with Husayn radiallahu ta'ala. And those same people who called Husayn radiallahu ta'ala to Kufa, to Iraq, they fought against Husayn radiallahu ta'ala under the commandment of Ubaidullah bin Ziyad. And in that place, in that field, Husayn radiallahu ta'ala was brutally shaheed and martyred. And majority of his family was also martyred with him. In the Maidan, in the field, about 80 people of his families were shaheed. And this happened on the 10th of Muharram in the 61 Hijri. Yeah? So this is the conclusion. But I said earlier on too, that remember the Muharram is muhtaram and muazzaz and respectful. It's not because of the shahadat of Husayn radiallahu ta'ala or the shahadat of Umar radiallahu ta'ala. It was already muazzaz and respectful. I will say after the Azan, inshallah ta'ala, before the Arabic khutbah, as they collected, what amal are we supposed to do in the month of Muharram on the 9th and the 10th or the 10th of 11, inshallah, later on, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana, alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen.
الله لا